Before we had electric heaters, warm insulated homes, or even fancy winter clothes, how did people stay warm? For our early ancestors, keeping warm was not just about feeling cozy. It was a matter of life and death. Cold weather could make people sick, or even worse. So, how did they survive the freezing nights and harsh winters using only what nature gave them? In this video, we will take a journey back in time to learn about the simple but clever ways people used to build and save heat. What made these ancient methods so effective, and can we still use these ideas today when modern technology fails us? If you're curious to discover how our ancestors stayed warm without electricity and want to learn some smart survival skills, stick around. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories about nature, survival, and ancient wisdom. The thermal trick. One of the oldest ways people kept warm was by using something called thermal mass. This means using materials like rocks, clay, mud, or earth that soak up heat during the day and slowly release it when things get cold. Imagine a sunny day when the sun warms up stones or thick walls made from earth. Those stones or walls store the heat all afternoon. Then, when the sun goes down and the air cools, they slowly give off that warmth, keeping the inside cozy for many hours. A great example is the homes built by the ancestral Puebloans in the American Southwest. They used adobe, which is made from sun-dried mud and straw, to build thick walls. These walls soaked up heat during the hot day and held on to it all night, helping people stay comfortable in both hot summers and cold winters. Today, this smart idea of thermal mass is still used to help heat homes in eco-friendly ways without relying on electricity. The earth blanket. Another clever way people stayed warm was by building homes partly underground. In very cold places like Siberia and Northern Europe, people dug their houses into hills or covered them with layers of dirt and grass. This method is called earth sheltering. The earth works like a natural blanket. It helps keep the temperature inside steady and warmer than the cold air outside. It also traps the heat from fires inside the home, stopping it from slipping away into the chilly air. Living underground or covered by earth might seem strange to us today, but for ancient people, it was a simple and smart way to stay warm during long, harsh winters without needing any machines or electricity. The Igloo Secret. In very cold places like the Arctic, native people such as the Inuit use something surprising to stay warm: snow and ice. They built igloos by carefully stacking blocks of hard-packed snow. It might sound strange to use snow for warmth, but snow holds tiny pockets of air inside. This trapped air works like a natural blanket, stopping the cold wind from coming in. Inside an igloo, just the warmth from people's bodies and a small lamp can raise the temperature above freezing. This turns a cold, icy place into a cozy shelter. This shows how people learned to use what was around them in smart ways, turning something that seems like a problem, snow and ice, into a helpful solution for staying warm. Eat without fire. Fire was the most important way ancient people stayed warm. But they also found clever ways to make the heat last longer. Many old homes had a fire pit right in the middle. Around the fire, people put stones or clay that could soak up the heat. These stones stayed warm even after the fire went out, slowly giving off warmth all through the night. Some groups, like the Celts and Norse, took this idea even further. They heated stones in the fire and then moved the hot stones to their beds. These stone beds kept people cozy and warm during cold nights. It was a simple but smart way to stretch the heat and stay comfortable. The power of steam. Heat wasn't only used to keep people warm, it was also important for healing and spiritual rituals. Indigenous peoples in North America made sweat lodges, which were small, closed spaces warmed by hot stones. First, they heated the stones outside in a fire. Then they brought the hot stones inside the lodge and poured water over them to create steam. The steam made the air very warm and caused people to sweat. This helped with cleansing the body, healing, and staying strong in cold weather. Sweat lodges show us that heat was about more than just staying warm. It was a part of culture, health, and feeling connected. The tiled stove trick. In medieval Europe, people came up with a clever way to stay warm called the kachelöfen, or tiled stove. These stoves were covered with ceramic tiles that could soak up and hold heat from burning wood. Even after the fire went out, the stove would keep giving off warmth for many hours. This was very helpful, especially in big castles and homes where it wasn't easy to keep a fire burning all the time. The kachelöfen showed how people use smart ideas and materials to stay cozy without needing to constantly tend a fire. Nature's way to stay warm. All these old ways of staying warm show us how people lived in tune with nature. Instead of fighting the weather, they worked with it. This teaches us to be patient, creative, and to use what we have around us wisely. Today, we depend a lot on technology and electricity, so it's easy to forget these simple skills. But these ancient methods can still help us during emergencies or even make our homes better for the environment by saving energy and being more natural. No power? No problem. Imagine a winter storm hits and your power goes out. No electric heater, no warm air from the furnace, just cold, dark rooms. What would you do? Long ago, people faced this kind of problem all the time. One of the best ways to stay warm was to build a fire, but here's a smart trick. Use rocks you find outside, especially ones warmed by the sun during the day. Put those stones close to the fire. They soak up the heat while the fire burns, and when the fire dies down, the stones slowly let out that warmth. This way, you can stay cozy even after the flames are gone. Modern thermal magic. You can also use the idea of thermal mass in today's buildings. Many new homes and offices are made with thick stone or brick walls that soak up heat from the sun. This helps keep the building warm without using much electric heating, saving energy and money. These old, simple ideas can help us live kinder to the planet, using less power while staying comfortable and warm in a natural way. Cold night survival. In an emergency, knowing how to stay warm can really save your life. Imagine the power goes out during a cold night, or you find yourself stuck outside in freezing weather. Without electricity or heaters, it can be very dangerous. That's why learning to use fire safely is so important. First, find dry wood and build a small, careful fire. Dry wood burns better and gives off more heat. Then, look for stones or rocks nearby. Place these stones close to the fire so they can soak up the heat. When the fire starts to die down, the stones will slowly release warmth, helping keep you cozy for a long time. Next, try to build a simple shelter that holds in the heat, like using branches, blankets, or even snow if you're outside. You don't need fancy tools or gear, just patience, some knowledge, and the help of nature can keep you safe and warm in tough times. Respecting nature's gifts helped our ancestors survive and grow strong. They didn't fight against the sun, the earth, or fire. They worked with them. What can we learn from this today as we face problems like climate change and energy shortages? Their old lessons are more important than ever. How can we use both their wisdom and today's technology to stay warm while also taking care of our planet? Next time you feel cold, why not try something simple? Could you build a small fire or use natural materials around you to keep warm? You might find a new respect for nature's power and its easy, strong ways to help us. If you enjoyed this journey back to ancient heat-building skills, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories about nature, survival, and smart living. What ancient skill will you try next? Let us know in the comments.